nothing to lose because you don't. And when you realize that, that's when you make the decision that you're going to play your best. Because if you don't have it tomorrow. You don't get another 48 minutes. That's what we're here for. The pride, the tradition, the family. Yeah, about the guys in this room. Nothing else. 48 minutes for everybody who's here. Do you understand me?
Yes, Coach.
Do you understand me?
Yes, Coach.
Welcome back to CFBNation. I'm your host, Nino Brown. I got my co-host, Boomer, a.k.a. Jared Gray. How we doing tonight, buddy?
Man, I'm good. I'm really excited about this because I you know me, I'm a Harris guy, and I can't wait to talk about UTSA. I love the jump, love the move for them. You know, conference-wise, it's gonna be a fire one.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a special one as well. If you haven't, figured it out on this episode of P2P with Boomer and DDP, we talking UTSA Roadrunners. They got some playmakers here. They got a 50-year senior QB coming back. But let's talk a little bit about the fact they were back-to-back Conference USA champions, right? Head coach Jeff Traylor's 30-10 in 3 years over there. That ain't a bad record, dude.
Let's get it.
You're getting the job done. Offense averages 300 yards per game, 175 yards rushing per game. Defense allows 243, 143 yards rushing last year. They were 11-3 in 2022. They ended up getting into the AP top 25 at 22 at one point, right? This is the stat. Before we break down, I got a couple questions for you and all that. Before we break all that, this is the stat that I love. UTSA is 10-0, Boomer, when your guy, Frank Harris, passes for over 65% completion percentage. And they're 1-3 when he's under 65%. But he's a career 67% passer. Coming back on a 5th year, I think we could see something special. I think, we talked about it in the last episode with the Tulane breakdown. We think it runs through human. That last game's there. It would be super special if they could go for the 3-peat in a new conference, right? And send Frank Harris out one special way. But let's talk about this team, Boom. All right. They got Justin Burke as the new OC, because Willie Stein went, to Oregon. He replaces Dillingham. They're returning 9 offensive starters with Frank Harris. Okay. My first question to you is, can returning 5th-year starter Frank Harris continue to improve as he has over the past 2 seasons and lead the Roadrunners to a 3rd conference title?
So here's the deal. I am about a player returning if it benefits the player, right? It can always benefit the team because they're going to get a guy who knows the system, a guy who is getting better. And I get these weird vibes. There's a certain player that we talked about a couple years ago that was okay, got better, and 5th year had an absolute monster year. And because of that, Kenny Pickett got drafted.
Yeah.
Right? He got better. And his 5th year became the only quarterback drafted in the 1st round.
Mm-hmm.
He was the only quarterback worth drafting in the 1st round in that class.
Yep.
Really. I guess, we can talk about somebody else later, but I just have this weird feeling that this is going to happen for Frank Harris. We watched this guy just put stats over and over and over. Yeah. We start 66 for 91 his first season with 72%. Then he went 159 for 250 for 1,600 yards. And those are just dink and dunking. We're just 5'3", 6.5, and then we unlock the carriage, right? And my guys for 66.1 and 69.6 last year, which is bonkers, by the way, with 3,100 yards the year before, 4,000 the next year. And we called this. We both said he would throw for 30-plus touchdowns last year in the preseason, just because we really felt like he got better and better and better. Well, I'm going to tell you this. He threw for 32 last year. I think we all agree this is a tougher conference, right? That it's a build. You got to worry about Tulane. You still got some dogs from the other one. If my guy can throw for the exact same thing, go 69.6 and throws for 35, which is an uptick.
Yeah.
Right? Give me 3 more touchdowns. He's still balled out. You know, the great thing is he's never thrown double-digit interceptions.
Nope.
Ever.
Nope.
And if I am looking at drafting a quarterback, I don't care where you played. If you're throwing for 30-plus touchdowns and minus under 10 interceptions.
Yeah. I'm with you. You know what's crazy, Boom? Is we all talk about how efficient Grayson McCall is, right? And I get it. I mean, he's more of a 71, 72% career completion percentage. But my man, 67% career, had 69.6 last year. If he puts up another 69 or 68 this year, you're looking at like 68 something career. Man, we got to stop putting him in that talk because the numbers are there. The rushing yards, like he's mobile.
We ain't even talked about rushing yet.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh, bro.
So like he got to get a little respect in that category as being a proficient passer who is a legitimate dual threat.
A legitimate dual threat quarterback.
Now, if he comes in and they do win the 3 in a row, right? I mean, that's got to be something legendary. An inaugural, switch over, going from Conference USA to AAC, and winning and going out that way. I mean, that would have to be, go down in the record book, some epic. You know what I mean? But he's already a legend in San Antonio in the stadium and outside in the community. They love him. Like he is like, I don't think that gentleman will ever have to pay for a beer or a meal.
Bryce Young vibes.
Bro, he's way more mobile than Bryce Young. Way more mobile.
Well, then he'll first-round draft pick.
I'm just saying.
Because for me, that's why I like Bryce Young.
All right, here's my question to you. He's mobile. You say he's mobile. All these guys say he's mobile. 198 yards rushing last year. 101 came in one game for Bryce Young.
Hey, I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you. I am a Bryce Young hater. But the reason why was intriguing coming out of college and going into college was because he's mobile,
right?
And he can pick you apart to a point, but he can run. The reason one of the Heisman is because he could run. I mean, that's what it was.
Yeah, he's a mobile. He doesn't have to sit in the pocket. He's not stature. He can move around the pocket
I mean, they're stature-wise, they're very similar.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Frank might be a little bit
pounds.
Bigger. Yeah, a little bit stocky. Like the way he holds.
I'll be honest with you. I have stood next to Bryce Young, and I will stand next to, our guy Frank Harris. I'll bet money he's taller.
Yeah,
right now.
He's got to go to Senior Bowl, right? This is the Senior Bowl candidate. Correct?
Oh my, he would be an absolute phenomenal grab for the Senior Bowl. I mean, stats wise.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Conference USA, AAC, it's not really the biggest schools, right? Right? You're putting them out, you're putting yourself on a bigger platform, right? Look at Tajay.
Imagine grabbing Pratt and Harris.
Bro.
Hey, and put them opposite teams just so we can see it again.
Yes. Yeah. Jim's no fool. Jim knows the deal. Now, I'm going to jump around a little bit on the docket here because we're talking Frank. We're talking, I want to see him excel. The Padre of Zakhari Franklin, it's 100 targets, 94 receptions, right? That's open. Those are available in this room. Who's going to be to do the step up? You got Josh Cephas, right? You got the DeClorian Clark. They should be able to elevate with, the absence of Franklin. Hell, both of these guys ate last year with Franklin going off for 94 receptions, almost 1,200 yards and 50 touchdowns. Cephas was the right-hand man, right? He had 87 receptions for almost 1,000 yards, 6 receptions, and a lovely 11.3 yards per catch. Oh, I call him, this is the secret weapon because people really aren't talking about it. People deep in the Devy community talk about him, but these guys are like on the surface, they ain't talking about my guy DeClorian Clark, okay? He was able to get a seat at the buffet when there was 3 with 51 receptions for 741 yards, 8 tutties, and an eye-popping 14.5 yards per catch, okay? This dude, Clark, in my opinion, is the primary beneficiary of the 100 plus 40 targets, okay? He has all the big play making ability that Harris could ask for. He had an 8 out of 12.8, and a PFF score of 80.8. Right? We also cannot forget about the 6'4", 285-pound tight end that, yes, continued to show up down the stretch for the Roadrunners, especially against Western Kentucky and San Diego State in the Frisco Bowl. He had 2 receptions for 33 yards, but those were key receptions. He finished the season with 30-plus receptions for 438 and 2 touchdowns. To me, this is a case, and I've been happening to be saying this often, addition by subtraction. You lost the dog, but you're adding more opportunity for the pups to come out and eat. You put that tight end out there, right? You put my man DeCorian Clark out there, and they're giving them, if you split the 100 targets, oh my goodness. Clark's going for 1K, probably getting double-digit tutties. And if he can stay in that 14, 13, high 13 yards per catch, oh, Lord, that is some serious competition.
I think we could see 70 to 85 catches out of Clark. We're going to see 100 out of Cephas.
Yeah.
I think we see 45 to 55 out of their tight end. I mean, it's going to be net. And he's 285, so he will put you on your butt when they need to run. So
he gets boogied down. So like he's like a little bowling ball out there. He's not little, but he's like a bowling ball out there. Bro, and he can block. Speaking of blocking, talk to us about my guy, running back, Kevarian Bonds. If you don't know, go to Google, type it in. Kevorian Bonds. Talk to me, Boomer.
I mean, okay, so 135 attempts, over 800 yards rushing. I mean, he had 6 touchdowns?
Yeah.
But 6.3 yards per carry. Bro, give this dude the rock. Like, yeah. I need 200 carries, right? Yes. I mean, and I understand your quarterback is a dude, but you could take pressure off of him.
Yeah.
Because your running back goes for 6+. Bro, I mean, these are numbers that you be praying as a quarterback, that your running back can take so much pressure off you, and they only give him 135 touches. Like, we got to get 200 minimum, right? 190 minimum, right? Especially in the amount of games. And I understand your spread offense, and he's going to catch the ball.
Yeah.
But, man, I mean, he's a bowling ball.
Facts. 5'10", 195, right? Here's the thing. 284 of the 845 were yards after contact.
I was just going to say the yards after contact.
And then he's got 42% breakaway percentage. Like, dude, that means that this guy at any moment, one out of every like 3 runs, there's a chance he could take it to the crib. I'm with it. Or at least go for a big run. You know what I mean? That's what the breakaway percentage is. It may not be a touchdown, but it's a bigger run or a first down, wherever it may be. Breakaway percentage is first down, double-digit yards, touchdown, something that moves the chains. I don't know. In a spread offense like that, like, man. And he's not a one-trick pony. 62% of his runs are in zone. The other half are in get. Like, man, like, boom. This guy must be like, this is salivating for you. You love a running back like this.
Oh, I'm absolutely crushing it. And the thing is he's that low radar guy that people aren't really talking about. And, he's hard to tackle. He has good hands. He runs between the tackles well. He has phenomenal vision. Yes. He reminds me a lot of Tank, Bigsby with hands.
Okay. Yeah.
And he's just because he's at a small school, and we're at this point we can throw small schools out the window. By the way,
yeah.
I mean, we can just start naming guys off the rip.
Yeah,
I mean, we've got Kareem Hunt, we've got
Matt Forte,
Tajay Spears. Yeah. Ramondre Stevenson. We can say Ramondre Stevenson went to OU, but he was a JUCO player for 2 years and became the JUCO number 1. Then went to Oklahoma and played behind another guy, right, in Kenny Brooks. And I told you a long time ago he was going to be the dude there, but there's just small guy after small guy. I mean, there's so many good small running backs.
Cody Mock, right? Like, these dudes coming from schools like Christian Watson, like they're coming from schools that like really small. Like I said before, T.O., Tennessee Chattanooga. Like, we're going back, but like it happens.
Yeah, I mean, we can. like I said, I just feel like we can throw the whole thought about, hey, let's talk about Pacheco, right? I mean, he's a dude. There's guys all over the map right now playing in the NFL that didn't go to big schools, and this guy is going to put somebody on the floor, and they're gonna be like, you know what? Okay.
Yeah. Hey,
so
St. Augustine High School's no,
exactly. You didn't go to small school, that's for sure.
Yeah, 3-star coming out, so like the talent's there. It was all now he's getting his
3-star, multi-sport athlete though. I mean that's where I always bing on this 3-star thing, because how athletic is this person? It's like, Sam Bradford played 5 sports in high school as a scratch golfer, averaged 23 points a game in basketball, 3-star quarterback.
Yeah, right. Like, hey, and Joe Milton, right? Whatever he may be for what he was at football ranking, I'm pretty sure he's about a 4 or 5-star baseball prospect.
Hey, Pat Mahomes.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Pat Mahomes. But Joe Milton just got clocked at 109, bro. You throw in 109.
Bro, you're throwing 100+ mile-an-hour fastball. I don't know if you should be playing, like, legit playing football. Bro.
Take the helmet off. I know I talk a lot of slander. I know this is UTSA. I talk a lot of slander about Joe Milton. But if you're chucking at 109, put the cleats on. Put in the uniform. Take the helmet off. Get a glove. Bro.
Hey, it could be wild thing though,
Yeah, yeah. Oh man. All right. There's a dude on the defensive side of the ball, bro. Then I was doing this film breakdown and watching. I could see you going, wow. Now, will Trey Moore be able to replicate his freshman season and be another weapon alongside Jamal Ligon for the Roadrunners defense? Now, he emerged, bro, like as a legitimate edge presence last season. 59 tackles, 30 solo, 8 sacks, 18 tackles for loss, 2 forced fumbles, 22 QB hurries, and 27 run stops. There was nothing he couldn't do, all right? He was a menace for opposing offenses. And with another offseason to grow, continue to be a headache for OCs in the AAC. Add Moore's edge presence with the downhill speed and pop of Ligon, and the Roadrunners should be able to, cause problems in AAC's offensive line. Ligon had 90 tackles, bro. 6 tackles for loss, a sack, 2 forced fumbles, and a pass breakup. They will need to get pressure off them, right? The loss of the guys in the secondary, Chapman and Mayfield. This is crazy. This is a huge loss. We thought Tulane had a huge loss. Linebackers. The secondary loses 133 total tackles, right? 8 picks and 26 pass breakups. I don't know how you replace that.
You don't know how to replace it. Here's the crazy thing about Trey Moore. He's technically, and I understand that he's only. Here's the crazy. He played his second year last year, right? Because he was a freshman in 2021, right? Here's the crazy thing. He's actually a senior.
Like, I don't.
Because he's legit done with college right now. So he's a smart kid too, right? So he's got one year of, hey, this dude's a freshman, but he was a junior last year on paper because he's so far ahead in academics that, and I don't know what it is. Like that it's just crazy because there's that kid from Sam Houston too that's the oldest sophomore in football at 23. Yeah. So, however, he's a sophomore technically. The way he's really a junior is the way I look at it.
Yeah, I got it.
But he can go pro if he wants to. I just expect him to get better because there's not a whole lot of AAC teams that I like, hey, their offensive line is elite.
Nope. Not at all.
There's not many guys I'm like, hey, they got an offensive tackle that's just like, ooh, I'm worried about that. Now, there's some teams that are bringing back players. We talked about Tulane earlier, right? About bringing back, a core offensive line, which is smart. Right. And I think for those guys, they do need to do that. Trey Moore ain't going to see that much this season, and he's going to eat again. I see the 18 tackles for loss. You do not let the Bulldog not eat. You know what I'm saying? That he's going to just latch on. It's over. Call it good. You let Roadrunners run. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, bro. Hey,
so he's going to run.
He throws up a 2-0 in a tackle for loss department? Bro.
Hey, especially if he has like 2 or 3 like monster games. I mean, don't let him listen, Tulane. I'm gonna tell you right now. I saw y'all getting some
31 at
haters
the bottom
today.
of the screen? Yeah.
I saw it happen today. Do not let this guy out of your window because he is going to eat all season.
Mm-hmm.
He might have such a good season that you might have to double team him all game, last game of the season.
Yo.
And then have to see him in the championship game because that's my prediction for them.
Yeah, I'm with you with the prediction. Speaking of predictions, let's go down this list here, the schedule, okay? I got a couple question marks. Maybe you can make it clearer for me. First game, September 2nd, away at Houston. I got a dub. Okay. September 9th, next week, at home against Texas State.
That Houston game going to be a lot tougher than I think we
I do. I agree, but I think they got enough firepower to win that game. Okay. Texas State and the Alamo Dome at home, I got a dub. This game was hard for me to make a decision, so I threw a question mark on. You're going to have to help me out. At home against Army. Why is this one making me question the fact that UTSA could?
Because Army can hold the clock for freaking 50 minutes. It's crazy how long they can record the clock.
Yeah, exactly.
And we cover Army pretty regularly at this point. And we got a guy on there, coaches there all the time, weekly on the sideline. So we have a good look at them right now. And man, you seen their weight room video recently?
Yes.
Dudes are not messing around. Like this, they're like, bro. We watched a guy get drafted recently. We means we have a chance.
Yeah.
We ain't just these guys. We ain't pushovers anymore.
Right.
So they always have one of the craziest uniforms of the year come Army Navy game. But I'm with you. This is a really tough one, and if it was at West Point,
I have to give him an L. I'm gonna go to dub.
I'd give him the L. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. It's tough. I don't care how good your offense is.
All right, so we'll go 3-0 to start the season. Away at Tennessee, you're going to Knoxville. You might be in it. You know what? What week is this? Week 4? I don't know. Boom. You could be seeing the kid. And then they got a chance. Yeah.
Well, if Nico's as good as you say this, they ain't got a prayer.
Well, I don't know. I think Nico's good, but you got to remember, it'd probably be his first game. So,
or it could be mop-up duty time. Here's the thing, and we have said this. Tennessee's got the friendliest quarterback offense in football.
Yes, 100%.
It's like playing for San Francisco in the NFL. And UTSA average, lets you have 175 yards rushing and 200 yards passing.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro. I can't say Tennessee gonna lose that one.
No, I agree. I'm just saying
he recruited way too well. Heupel just recruited way too well this year.
They could be in it in the first half, and then he's good at adjusting. So
and it's one of the loudest stadiums in football for sure.
And so all right, we'll go 3-1. Right. This is another game where I'm kind of a little bit suspect. Away in Philly at Temple, bro. Temple got a sophomore QB who's a dude. He got pedigree in his family. All right, Kurt Warner's kid, EJ Warner, had 3,000 yards last year, close to 20 touchdowns. I think it was 18-12. I think it was his TD ratio and interception. Like he was close to 60% completion percentage as a freshman. Okay, true freshman. None of this, fancy dancy crap.
Yeah.
Daddy knows what he's doing. I think he's the better one. The son went to Kansas State, right? And I think he got picked up as UDFA or a late round draft pick in the NFL. So he's there. But now this kid, I think, has got the juice. I think EJ Warner could possibly give this game a run. I don't know if they can win it, but I think they could. It'll be a lot closer than people think. I'm gonna have to say the dub for UTSA, but don't think this one's gonna be a blowout.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's going to be a lot closer game. Weather is going to finally start hitting there. It's going to early October. Playing in Philly in general is tough. I've always followed Temple. Have a close friend, Henry Burris, went to high school here where I'm from. He went to college. There was their college quarterback. Smiling Hank is what people call him, and He's a Hall of Famer in Canadian football. So I've always followed Temple. But I just don't think Temple can win this game. UTSA is gonna get this one. It's gonna be close though, because if it was it, UTSA would be completely different. It's gonna be a lot closer because it's in Temple.
I give you that. The weather will play a factor in it. And I got back-to-back dubs after this, so we're going 1, 2, 3, 3-1, 4-1. I got a dub at UAB. I got a dub at Florida Atlantic. So we're going 6-1. And this team again creeps back in. We talked about him last time with Tulane, and I'm just kind of hard for me to just write him off. East Carolina, except this game is at home for UTSA. I think that is the factor. I'm going to give UTSA the dub only because they're home.
Yeah, it's going to be a close one. And I think they play Tulane and UTSA back-to-back. I could be wrong, which is really interesting because if they win one, and I think the one that they have a chance to win is the Tulane game, because I would argue, as much as I love Pratt, Harris might be better. You know, overall, I think he's a better athlete.
Yeah.
I like Pratt just in general. I think he's a really good prospect. And I think we agreed that the wide receiver room is better at UTSA.
100%.
So because of that and it being at home, I'm going to have to get UTSA. Like, I can't.
It could be a letdown game. Like, all the hype at Tulane, you get that dub. And then
if they get the dub, you definitely going into the game, you know,
fully rested.
UTSA overlooking you at that point.
Yeah. So. All right. Then you got the new guy, North Texas. They're new in the league, and it's on the road at North Texas in Denton. But I got UTSA with a dub. Okay?
Same.
And then home again the week after that against Rice. That's a dub. The following week, November 17th on a Friday, at home against USF, Southern Florida. I got a dub. And then this one is the coin flip for me. It's the 24th on a Friday. That's going to be prime time. Probably 8:15 start in New Orleans at Human. Tulane and UTSA. Get your popcorn ready. You put that in your calendar right now. This is one that you're going to need to watch. This one could hit 100. Go total combined points if it goes the way it could go. So I got to go Tulane. You went UTSA because you said it's hard for a team to beat twice, but
like I said, I think UTSA wins this one, and then they lose
in the championship.
It's
at Human, man. It's so hot. That place,
and I'm with you. That again, it's wild. A coin flip for me too.
Yeah, that place is.
I just know how tough it is.
Yeah. I would, and I could see them having 2 losses, right? Closing it out, and then winning the AAC championship game, right? And getting a high bowl, like playing in January.
I think both finish in the top 25 again this year. I think that, it's a fun one. I love the change for the AAC. Yeah. I think they made the right moves, and UTSA has gotten better and better and better. And I've always loved their uniforms. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, the color scheme is dope.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. So we've got the October 28th game at East Carolina. They better go with all dark. Like, it's just got to happen. Like. Especially a Halloween game.
All blue and orange against the all black and purple?
Yeah. Just
murder scene.
It'll be a fun one.
Yeah. So. I like that they have. So there's 2 schemes at the bottom of the screen. You got the all navy with the orange, and then you got the same jersey with the navy orange but with the white helmet, right? But they have another scheme where it's more orange in the helmet, right? And
all orange would be dope.
And they have a white jersey. So they went, the orange helmet with the white jersey. That one's stupid. That would be cool for Halloween too. You know what I mean? Like, the darkness.
Or we can do an all white versus all purple.
Yo, I'm cool with that, bro. Come in with purple people eaters. But this has been a fun one. I know next week we'll be breaking down Texas Tech because Coach McGuire's got something brewing down there. Shout out to my guy Jake Crane for putting me on to Texas Tech. I've been watching them and doing a little research because I truly believe that, 5-star wide receiver Michael Hudson's going to, commit to Texas Tech. They got some stuff going on. That QB, he might be a sleeper this year that people aren't talking about either. So let's give him a little. We got something special, bro. And I was just about to say, let's get to it. My man said a long time ago when we first started this, when we hit a milestone, he'd be giving this special TCU jersey away.
Game worn.
Look at that. Oh, that is so pretty. So he's got a trivia question he's going to put out there. And in the comment section, the first one with the right answer in the comment section, that beautiful puppy right there belongs to you. Boomer, take it away.
Hey, be ready for that comment section because it's going to be a cold one. Until next time, let's go.